Need a knife. The day is here. Ghost Gamer. Well, I think this box is a little bit more than Ghost Gamer, so be prepared. I'm probably gonna have to blur out a bunch of stuff in here. That being said, you guys can all see my wonderful receding hairline that I never show on YouTube. All right, Ghost wrapping, and here we are. Well, I can't show you that. Definitely can't show you that. And Gamer Sour Watermelon from Warheads, Peach, Sour Patch Kids, and probably my new favorite shaker bottle from Ghost, the Glitch one.
Welcome to PricePlow.
Alright, so that's much better, and now I'm ready to talk about Ghost Gamer. Now, I may seem like a meathead, a total meathead, and that's because I am, but I actually have a long history of playing a lot of video games. Grew up on Nintendo games, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time probably shaped the way that I grew up. In high school, I wasted years on World of Warcraft. Finally beat that addiction, and now quarantine has brought me full circle to playing tons of Warzone. I had the opportunity to try out Ghost Gamer in December with Mike, a couple beta samples. Since then I've had a couple gamer sticks from the guys over at Ghost. Played a lot of Warzone during quarantine with Dan. And you know, we're not the best players, but we have some fun. We have some good plays. Sometimes I pull some out of my.
How did you shoot him out of the...
So anyway, Ghost Gamer is a fun little gaming product. It's similar to a nootropic in some ways, but there's some other things made to be specifically towards decision-making skills and gaming. We start off, have a lot of vitamins and minerals up top. D, E, C, niacin, B6, B12, and zinc. A lot of these are going to help out with eye health, which is kind of cool. None of these are super huge dosages, so don't expect too much of a niacin flush. One thing that I did notice is that they used pyridoxine hydrochloride for B6. Personally, I'm more of a fan of P5P. I wish they'd use that, but still, this isn't a multivitamin. It's not a huge dose of B vitamins. It's going to help with your energy, help with your focus and your eye health, but it's not going to be a multivitamin. Don't expect to get all of your vitamins and minerals from this. Moving into the actives, we talk a little bit more about the active ingredients, the ones that you're really going to actually feel. NooLVL is the first ingredient. I'm a huge fan of NooLVL, huge fan of Nutrition 21, the makers of NooLVL. Comes in at 1600 milligrams for the 2-scoop dosage. Now, I always talk about the full dosage because I don't half-ass shit. No one should half-ass shit. If you think that 150 milligrams of caffeine is too much, you might want to use 1 scoop instead. I understand that because we might be gaming late at night. However, I don't really think 150 milligrams of caffeine is all that much. I will be able to fall asleep if I played video games for like an hour after taking this. That might speak to my tolerance to caffeine, my issue, but I don't really think it's that bad. 1600 milligrams of NooLVL will help with blood flow to the brain. It's arginine bonded to silicate as well as added inositol. The main difference between NooLVL and nitrosamine is that NooLVL has an extra 100 milligrams of inositol, which will help a decent amount with focus. The other cool difference between NooLVL and nitrosamine is that NooLVL has specific studies on video games. They actually studied Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Madden, I believe, were the three. They studied them on their performance in those games, and they did actually really well. It helped out a lot with the performance in games. We have that listed on our blog. You can learn a little bit more about it there. I'm not going to get too far into it, but they also did some decision-making tests on them while using NooLVL, and that also showed an increase in decision-making ability and reaction time. So that's awesome for gaming, and I'm really happy that they actually funded those studies on real video games instead of just using some arbitrary tests of focus or decision making. I think that studying things in the actual application is going to be most important for this. Now moving into taurine. Taurine is helpful for a lot of different things. Helps with focus, helps with endurance in the gym, and helps with hydration as well. This, alongside the raw coconut, are really going to help a lot with hydration. And one of the things that we noticed was that if you are dehydrated, you're not going to be able to think as well. You're not going to be able to decide where to go in the game, how to engage other players. So being hydrated is actually very important. In addition to that, taurine is involved in a few different neurotransmissions in the body and can help out a lot with focus and just brain capacity. So, can help out a lot with your video game performance. Huge fan of taurine, no matter where it's being put. I think it's a very helpful product, and you could probably use a lot of it. Tyrosine is after that. Tyrosine, if you watch a lot of my pre-workout videos, you know that I'm a huge fan of tyrosine at least 1 gram. There are benefits below that. If you take 1 scoop here, you're getting 500 milligrams. It's still gonna help with your focus. However, I like it at 1 gram plus. I've actually gone up to 3 grams and really liked it there. Tyrosine is involved in a lot of different processes involved with the brain. It's highly concentrated in the brain, and it is a precursor to a lot of neurotransmitters. So similar to taurine, you need a lot of it in the brain, so supplementing is going to help a lot out with your brain function. Cognizant cytocholline follows after that, and this is a really cool ingredient. There's a lot of really great studies on it. I believe there was actually a study on it in relation to IQ, but some of the cooler ones I saw were also on motor recruitment and motor speed when using cognizant cytocholline. Cytocholline from cognizant is obviously a choline source, but it also has uridine in it. When you ingest the ingredient, it splits up in your body, and it does two things. One, it donates choline to your body, which can be formed, which can help form acetylcholine, which is a very important neurotransmitter. It's depleted when you train, when you think hard, when you engage in intense conversations. I notice after podcasts, I usually need a little more choline in my diet. The uridine also helps with blood flow to the brain. Similar to NooLVL, it's going to help drive blood to the brain, help you focus, help you be in the game a little bit harder. So a lot of really cool studies on cognizant cytocholline. We've got them listed over in the blog. As always, you can go over to our blog and read a little bit more in depth from Heather. I try to keep these videos short and sweet as possible, so you're not sitting here listening to me rambling about science for too long. Raw coconut, like the taurine before, is going to help out a lot with hydration. If you're playing for hours on end, you're hopefully getting some meals in, because you'll be eating every 2 to 3 hours. I'm absolutely just kidding on that one. But hydration is very important. If you're dehydrated, your brain's not gonna work as well. And that's a really dumbed down version of the point being you need to be hydrated to play at your best potential. So you've got 500 milligrams of raw coconut powder here. It's gonna help out a lot with that because it's full of minerals. It's gonna help make sure that you are hydrated. Now, we follow that up with the last 3 ingredients. First being natural caffeine. We've seen ghosts using a bunch of natural caffeine recently. Helps out a lot with global compliance. Not a lot of countries allow caffeine and hydrogen. It's synthetic, so using a natural caffeine can help with distributing around the world. One of the other things that I like about it is anecdotally, it hits me a little bit harder than synthetic caffeine and hydrogen. Now, I have no data to back that up. However, in my experience, I have enjoyed it a lot more. It's a little bit more intense for me. At 150 milligrams, there's not a ton here, so I appreciate the extra little boost that the natural caffeine can offer. In addition to that, we have estrogen, which is going to help a lot with the absorption of different ingredients. Now, estrogen is studied with many specific ingredients out there. There is a study that will be coming out later in the year in regards to choline sources and estrogen. However, that's not available at the moment. Estrogen overall may not have studies specifically to the ingredients in this formula yet, but we can see that it lowers intestinal wall inflammation a significant amount, which is going to help with the absorption of anything, to be honest with you. Digestion health in America is very important, and I'm betting if you're playing long hours of video games, there's a good chance your diet probably isn't all that great. I'm sorry, I don't mean to stereotype. I'm there with you. I'm snacking while I'm playing video games because it's not easy for me to eat bison and rice while I'm mowing down dudes in Warzone. So, helping with intestinal wall inflammation will not only help with the absorption of this ingredient, but help with your diet overall, and maybe counteract a little bit of those processed foods you were eating at midnight last night when you were playing Call of Duty. Lastly, we've got Theobromine, which is another ingredient similar to caffeine. It helps block the adenosine receptor. Adenosine can cause nervous system depression, it can get you sleepy, and the way that caffeine and Theobromine work is by blocking the receptors so adenosine can't bond. They work kind of synergistically together, which is kind of cool because you only have 150 milligrams of caffeine here, so having something else that's going to help boost it will feel pretty good for you. In addition to that, Theobromine kind of warms me up a little bit, keeps me up and moving. So if I'm gaming late at night, I'm getting sleepy, losing focus, that's going to help keep me in the game and energetic. So yeah, that's the formula. There's not a lot here. At 2 scoops, you get 10.5 grams. It's not a huge Christian Guzman style pre-workout. It's going to be, I don't like to use the word simple because it kind of comes off as negative, but it is straight to the point on what you need when you're gaming. There's a great host of active ingredients here, as well as vitamins and minerals in pretty good forms outside of the B6, which I'm just not really a fan of pyridoxine hydrochloride. But for instance, zinc tracks zinc biglycinate chelate, a chelated mineral. Very, very helpful for making your body absorb it. So, without further ado, this is one flavor that I have not tried before. I tried, I think, the Burn Warheads, but it was their green apple, I think is what they did it in. So, I never really enjoyed Warheads as a kid. I'm gonna be honest. I still ate them, obviously, all the time, but like, it was more for the experience, like puckering up, and I don't know if anyone really enjoyed them. Did you enjoy them? Comment below if you enjoyed Warheads, because I didn't, and that's not hating, it's just that it was very sour, and that was what was fun about it, but I didn't enjoy the flavor, if that makes sense. Anyway, I've got 5 ounces with a scoop here, mixed it up ahead of time, threw it in the refrigerator, and it's nice and cold and ready for me to try. So let's see how much my mouth puckers. Okay. It's not like an initial pucker, but I get a ton of sour down the back of my mouth. It's really good, actually. It's actually enjoyable. Not to say it doesn't taste like Warheads. It still has the same ridiculous acidic taste as Warheads, but it's not as puckering. Like, my face didn't get all contorted and twisted. It's actually quite enjoyable. I was planning on giving this to my buddy since I have the 2 other flavors to take, but I might be holding on to this one. Wow, nice job on this one. I'm definitely gonna be salivating for the next hour though. Anyway guys, this launches today at 12 CST, 1 p.m. EST. It is May 28th. There's gonna be a deal for their birthday going on. I think it's 25% off. You should be able to use coupon code PricePlow for an extra 20% off. They usually have it stackable. If you're watching this in the future, hello from the past. I hope everything's going well in the future and the coronavirus has died down. But at that point, you can use our coupon code PricePlow for 20% off on its own. I'm sorry, there isn't probably a sale going on. That being said, if you have any questions about Ghost or Gamer, you can put it below. I'd love to talk about it. However, if you want to learn more, if you want to see some news, reviews, and interviews on Ghost, you can go to PricePlow.com/Ghost, where you'll see all of our blogs, our price alerts, news, reviews, interviews, podcasts, all sorts of stuff. We're going to be doing some cool stuff coming up soon with the Ghost dudes. So go check that out and pick yourself up a Gamer, because it'll probably sell out pretty quickly. In any case, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.